Hey everyone, and welcome back to the SCREENY. Well, nowadays he's known for his unbelievable antics and failures on TLC's 90 Day Fiance. Big Ed actually has quite a few things to him that might leave you surprised. And with his messy breakup being displayed for the entire world to watch and make judgments, it's no surprise that people want to know more about him. Back home in San Diego, the newly single man has been portraying himself across his social media to be dealing with the breakup rather well, despite being extremely emotional at the time of the incident. However, obviously, things aren't all smooth sailing for Big Ed, as he's now facing constant harassment online for the way he handled his relationship throughout the season. With all that said, here are things you probably didn't know about Big Ed. Before we begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos about your favorite movies and TV shows. Number 8. He was once a handsome guy. Before anyone knew anything about Big Ed, he was immediately a target online for the way he looks. It's public knowledge that he suffers from the rare skeletal disorder Klippel-Feil syndrome, otherwise referred to as KFS. This is a major factor influencing why he's so quote-unquote funny looking, besides the mayonnaise shampoo of course. His condition is why his neck is so short, and why his ribs are abnormally large in comparison to the rest of his body.
I have a condition, it's a syndrome called KFS. It's Klippel-Feil syndrome, where you're born with, they call multiple birth anomalies. And so I have limited range of movement, I have a bigger than normal chest cavity, so I've been made fun of all my life.
With all that said though, to everyone's shock, an old photograph resurfaced of Mr. Mayonnaise himself, and he looked downright gorgeous, especially in comparison to what he looks like now. Big Ed confirmed on social media that the photo is indeed him, and it was taken in 1988 while on a date with his ex-wife at the San Diego Zoo. Every single person who viewed this photo was left mind-blown, and it got to the point people started searching for old photos of Ed in hopes of sharing his dramatic change with the rest of the world. Of course, nowadays Big Ed's biggest insecurity is his physical appearance, which is why he lied about his height to Rose before meeting her. When asked about why he bent the truth, he even said this: "When you are on dating websites and you look at what women want, they want the beautiful guy that is over 6 feet tall, which I'm not." There's no denying that these photos make you look at Big Ed a little bit differently, despite them being decades ago. Number 7. Money issues. At the beginning of the season, Rose was quick to be labeled a gold digger by the internet, considering she came from a less fortunate upbringing and decided to settle for an unattractive man who is 30 years older than her. This, of course, led viewers to believe that Big Ed was financially secure, especially when he bought Rose $5,000 worth of gifts in the short time they communicated online.
I had bought that ring, I'd met Rose on Facebook, fell in love, bought a ring, and TLC found out about it, and next thing you know, I'm on this show.
Well, to put it briefly, he's had quite the run-in when it comes to financial issues. This was brought to light by 90 Day Fiance blogger Johnny Yates, who publicly released Big Ed's official bankruptcy paperwork. As it turns out, he's been bankrupt twice, with the first being in 2004. With this being a while ago, it isn't too crazy, but you'll be shocked when I tell you that he just recently declared bankruptcy in 2017. And if you think last time was bad, for this second bankruptcy, he owed $185,000 in liabilities alone. This left viewers speculating that this could be the reason why his mom is living with him, you know, to help with his expenses, and maybe even with ownership of the home. Big Ed later admitted that he makes no more than $55,000 a year, and that's also a huge factor as to why he didn't plan on having children with Rose. Number 6. He's now a Twitch streamer. With all the new eyes on him from 90 Day Fiance, talent agencies have been hitting him up left, right, and center. With this, Big Ed has been able to branch himself out a little, especially in the world of social media. He's now doing custom cameos starting at $80 and even live streaming on Twitch. His quote-unquote best friend has become aware of Big Ed's fame and completely understands that it's due to his stupidity and funny appearance. He gave Ed the advice to make that his image and start selling stickers of him making goofy faces faces, as well as start live streaming and playing games.
I've always been able to laugh at myself.
Yeah.
You have to.
Well, hold on. You got to tell me what you're holding here because
Okay.
we've seen these.
Okay, so this is the one and only Big Ed sticker. I want to give you your own.
Considering Big Ed is such a personality, all of these ideas were successful, and Ed now considers himself a Twitch streamer. You can find him at twitch.tv, I'm Big Ed. Number 5, his recent allegations. Besides the followers and cameo money, fame for Big Ed looks as though it's caused more lows than highs. From the constant hate and harassment online, to now serious allegations made public. Big Ed's notoriety definitely comes at a cost. We're gonna keep this one quick because it's all just speculation. A clip went viral on TikTok after Big Ed's former coworker claims he sexually harassed her. Obviously, the last thing someone would do in that situation is make a TikTok about it. So it was clear to the former colleague of Big Ed was just trying to slander his name while creating a name for herself. Number 4, career. The show depicts Big Ed to be a photographer, of which he is, but he's also a European kitchen designer and residential interior designer. He claims as a young man he went to school for architecture, hence why interior design struck such a chord with him. Despite the internet turning on Big Ed for his foolery on the show, quite a lot of people are giving him the credit he deserves when it comes to his photography, with many admitting he is a talented creative in his own right. Number 3, his younger days. While on the show, Big Ed wasn't afraid to talk about his younger days in high school. However, he didn't discuss too much of what happened afterwards. To give a quick fill-in, he had mentioned that while at school, he'd often hang out with the football team. And of course, being 5 feet in all, he wasn't exactly the most impressionable when around the jocks.
I actually got stuck in the neck machine. I used to work out with all the football players, and so that became kind of a running joke. So I sort of became, really well known. So but they would still tease me, and they would call me No Neck and No Neck Ed and yada yada yada.
He openly admitted that he was often bullied for height, and he'd work out often to improve his self-confidence. What he didn't mention was, after high school ended, he waited tables to pay for his architecture classes in college. It was in the restaurant business where he was nicknamed Big Ed by his fellow coworkers. He claims it was a fun time period in his life, and everyone liked him there. His nickname was emblematic for him throughout his years working there, that his boss ordered him to have Big Ed on his name-tag and badge. Number 2, his reasoning for refusing STD test. You all know about the time Big Ed ordered Rose to take an STD test and received massive backlash from both Rose and viewers at home for his trust issues and lack of respect. Ed was soon to face even more criticism when he refused to take an STD test himself. His hesitancy was extremely hypocritical and showed that he expected the relationship to be one-sided. What he didn't disclose on the show was his reasoning behind his refusal. However, he did say this in an interview. Honestly, I wasn't comfortable with someone sticking in a needle in my arm in the country, or the area I was in because it was so desolate. Number 1, he still doesn't blame himself for the breakup.
Do you feel like you screwed it all up?
You know what? No, I'll tell you why. Because this morning I got like 37 marriage proposals online. And the cool thing is I accepted every one of them.
In an Entertainment Tonight interview on May 19th, Big Ed told reporter Roz Weston that he believes he is not responsible for the relationship's ultimate downfall. He said, quote, "It's been a fun ride. We just wanted different things. She wanted what she wanted and I wanted what I wanted. We weren't in alignment."
We just weren't, we wanted different things. Rose wanted what she wanted and I wanted what I wanted. And it just didn't, we weren't in alignment.
Of course, this is a direct reference to Rose's wants of having children.
I feel irritated, I feel disappointed, because I told Ed so many times I want baby.
She had slightly mentioned that she wanted a baby girl someday, and that was about it. That's all we ever talked about kids. It was a one-time conversation, probably, in the beginning of when we met, and I honestly kind of forgot about it.
After weeks of spending day in and day out with Big Ed, Rose finally found out about his lies and ended things off then and there.
Why you not tell me the truth? You not want a baby? Why?
What do you mean?
Why you not tell me first before you come here?
She said she wanted to leave, but she didn't even say goodbye.
He claims it was a simple misunderstanding that wasn't his fault, despite him lying to her from day one about this topic and hiding that he was going to get a vasectomy.
I don't want more kids. I'm not sure how she's going to feel about that.
I'm freaking out again. I don't know how to tell her.
Whether you love him or you hate him, there's no denying that Big Ed is one of the most interesting personalities ever seen on the show. Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos on your favorite TV shows and tap one of the 2 videos on screen for another amazing video.